Hey, how's it going, Club Genetech? And welcome back to Q&A with Coach. My name is Coach Mariano Sanchez, and we have the fit, the strong, the incredible Ward Kadel. Ward, thanks for taking time and hanging out. So what we like to do, Ward, is just catch up with members that we haven't seen in a long time ever since this crazy pandemic hit. Ward, how's it going, man? What's going on?
Hey, it's really good to see you. It's great to be able. I mean, we've texted a couple of times, but I haven't really been able to see you live. So that right there is very nice. I'm doing good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Been really fortunate. Both my wife and I have been working. I've been working a lot. It seems like the hours go away, but that's good.
Yeah, there's been a couple people now who have mentioned that ever since the work from home, they're like, it just seems like it's just more work now because you got more time, I guess, to do. You can spread it out right throughout the day. So, but that's good to be busy.
It's just hard to turn off. But my wife and I have created a routine because she was working from home for a couple months, Beth, my wife, and so even the dog, our dog Piper knows it now. When we put everything upstairs, it's like, okay, it's done. Turn everything off.
Right on. Cool, man. And so, Ward, so we want to do again, just catch up with people again, get to know each other a little bit more. I know a lot of times we see each other in the gym when we were in the gym. Hopefully we get to go back soon.
Yes.
And so, like I said, we just want to catch up and get to know each other a little bit more. Ward, so tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got to Genentech.
Yeah, sure. So I was actually following Genentech when I was in high school. I took an AP bio course and just I was going to be a physicist like my uncle, and then saw that and I was like, I'm absolutely doing this, and started following the Human Genome Project and all that all through college. I went to Davis, graduated with genetics from there, bachelor's degree, and then just went right into industry. I worked at a place called Sugen, which is down the street from us. It's not where it was, and then headed over across the bay to a company called Chiron. And then I went to Genentech when some of my coworkers went over to Genentech, and I was like, well, I got to interview at Genentech, right? It's the founding father of biotech. So did that 15 years ago. It'll be 15 years in October. So that's kind of crazy to imagine. But I then went right into this PD biomarker group, and I've basically been doing biomarker work ever since. Now it's called Oncology Biomarker Development. Okay. It's being led by Ron Mazumder, and I was basically just going up the ladder as a research associate for that. And then about actually maybe a month and a half ago, there's another whole part of Genentech I didn't really know that much about until I started doing a lot of collaborations with physicians around the U.S. and the world, and got me really interested in working in U.S. medical affairs, where we do a lot of that, where we sponsor trials that other sites run, but we might give them drug or advice, guidance, things like that. And so I joined the U.S. Medical Affairs biomarker team, which is still kind of in oncology biomarker development, but started that about a month and a half ago. I haven't met any of my new colleagues in person, all virtual, but the way I think we've just gotten really used to it over the last 3 months. And so
it's almost becoming the new norm. So you're saying that after the pandemic, so we left, right? Yeah. Everyone stay home. Since then, you've changed roles?
Yeah, it was pretty weird to do all the interviews virtually, and I gave a seminar on some of the work I'd done on atezo, bladder, and prostate. You can hear my dog Piper growling at the delivery person.
Is this the Piper that we saw in the video? No, that's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, let's see, she's right there.
Yeah, you're
keeping an eye on me.
I love it.
Yeah, and so just going through all of that, it was, but the little group that we have, they're all biomarker folks. In fact, my manager right now is the first manager that hired me at Genentech 15 years ago, Walter Darbone. So it's
really? So all kind of came back full circle.
Really interesting, full circle. And he's a fantastic guy. Yeah, there's a big gym guy too.
Oh, really? All right, yeah. Man, I miss seeing all the gym folks, man. Me waking up in the morning and going
the equipment.
There and all you guys.
I so miss the equipment. I don't have any equipment there, my bike and stuff, but. Yeah.
Right. More push-ups and sit-ups, right?
Oh, tons of them. I train with Kara, as you know, and she's been running some great classes and personal training as well. So.
Right. Yeah, Kara will keep you in tip-top shape, if you stay consistent. She's nonstop. Kara goes nonstop. I
A
love that.
surprising benefit is, my wife never sees me work out, other than if I'm at
Mhm.
a triathlon or something. So I'm sure she's like, oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sure he goes and works out 5 times a week or whatever.
Uh,
And now she sees it all the time. And so she's like, I didn't realize you guys, like, she really kills you guys while you're in the class. I was
you're
like,
coming out sweating,
yeah.
and yeah. Yeah. Has Beth joined you at all for any of those workouts?
She hasn't. We've done some yoga together.
Mhm.
And but she has picked up, like, she joined Strava. And so we've been
Okay.
kind of trying to do a little more in that. She has her
Mhm.
cruiser bike, so we take some cruiser rides and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I've hung out. I got to hang out with you
Yeah, that was
once
cool.
at a really fun event at Silver Oak, where Beth happens to work, which is
She
great. We
does.
were able to
Yeah.
hang out there, so that was a lot of fun. Those of you Silver Oak, fantastic wine, obviously. And so that's something that you have a passion for that I didn't know. Can you share a little bit, like,
Yeah.
what got you into wine? And if you could share a little bit of your past sabbatical the last one you did, or
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sure.
you
Yeah,
share
I
a
was,
little
that
bit of
was
that. Yeah.
lucky. Now I feel so lucky to have taken that sabbatical before COVID.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Napa Valley, part of the time in Orange County, and then the rest of the time up here. And we actually live in Yountville, kind of the heart of the Napa Valley
Hmm.
region. If the food scene, like French Laundry and Bouchon and stuff, we're just a couple
Yeah.
blocks from there. And
Uh-huh.
uh, but I actually really wasn't into wine, and my family's not, part of the wine industry or anything. I wasn't until I was pretty straight edge. Like, I really didn't even drink until my senior year of college, and then I kind
Okay.
of found wine, and then all of a sudden, after I graduated from Davis, which is the center of American wine teaching, along with Fresno,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I realized, oh no, I could have had a degree in winemaking. But I've done a lot of blogging. I was an ambassador
Mhm.
for the Bordeaux Wine Council here in the U.S. for a number of years
Wow.
as like
Wow.
a side gig. And
Mhm.
since then, I've had 2 sabbaticals because, like you said, and I worked the harvest with my best friend over at Chimney Rock Winery in Stag's Leap. So it's on
Uh-huh.
Silverado Trail, not too far from here. And then
Stag Leap, they're really well known, right? Stag Leap's like one
yeah,
of the best. You
that is some of the best wine. It's actually, so there's Stag's Leap District, and then
Mhm.
is like a wine appellation, and so
Okay.
they're like right down the street from Stag's Leap. Yeah, exactly. Um, and then about 7 years later, I finally could take my other sabbatical, and so that was this past September and October. And I
Mhm.
wanted to go somewhere else, so I went down to Carmel Valley, which is another region that we love for wine.
Mhm.
Just it's basically just due east from Carmel by the sea in Monterey County,
Mhm.
and worked for a guy that we've been members with for, gosh, since about 1999 at a place called Personage Cellars. And then he works
Uh-huh.
for 2 other small wineries, Silvestri, which is Alan Silvestri, is a
Yeah.
movie composer, and then this really tiny one called Carmelo. So it was cool. I lived down there in Monterey. I was right above the water, so a lot of cool
Yeah.
workouts to do.
Oh,
And,
yeah. And then you get
as
to
far,
learn the trade.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
fully hands-on because he's so small. Everything is manual.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chimney Rock was a
Mhm.
lot bigger, but everything, and that's, I think, the best way to learn. Because if I'm going to make wine right now, if I'm going to make 1 barrel of wine
Yeah.
this year, that's how I'm going to do it. Is just with my fists and hands.
What's one thing that you picked up during that experience that you maybe like had no idea? And if it wasn't for that experience, you would have never known that about the wine. That's what's one thing you share.
Um, Gosh, that's one thing I learned was just how much I was in the vineyards at Chimney Rock, but again, that was a bigger
Mhm.
operation, so
Yeah.
there were certain activities I didn't really get to do. One thing that I didn't know was just how much work goes in the vineyard just about every day, because
Mhm.
that little winery was surrounded by their own vineyards. They have their own estate property, and just constantly in there tasting the grapes, deciding what flavors we're trying to look at. He doesn't really do like all these tests before he decides to harvest. It's primarily
Mhm.
just based on his palate and tasting the grapes.
Wow.
And I had done that prior at Chimney Rock, but this was followed up by a bunch of tests and data. Like, yeah, okay, we should pick
Mhm.
now. So that was a little, sometimes he would just send me out by myself, and he's like, well, how did you take?
Yeah.
Do you think we should harvest this? And it's like, yeah, I think so. But could you please come out and see? Because I don't want
Yeah. Yeah.
to not here.
That's a lot.
You
That's a
don't agree.
lot of pressure.
Once it's off, you got to make the wine. There's no going back.
Yeah, right on, man. And all right, so you obviously love wine. You live in wine country. I see some of your photos sometimes when you're training and you're running by these vineyards, and I'm like, man, I need to go out there and do a workout with you. It looks
Oh,
so freaking
absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah,
So
both you guys do.
yeah,
We could do a bike and a run. We could do a brick.
there it is. Yeah, we should definitely plan something like that. Hey, Ward, I know you're super busy. Thanks for taking time. While we do this, we like to end these with a little rapid fire question. I'm going to throw
Oh, okay.
about
That's right.
5
Yeah.
to 7 questions at you real quick.
Okay.
Random one. Say
Ready.
whatever comes off the top of your head. Here's an easy one. What's your favorite workout?
Favorite workout is it's basically running. I just get so much mental relief as well while running, and I can think clearly. So probably my go-to is always going to be a run.
Good, nice, good. Just get lost, right? I enjoy that
Exactly.
too. If you could teleport anywhere, where would you go to and why?
Oh my gosh, that's a great
I'm,
one.
I'm, I'm bringing you the heat. I'm bringing you the
Yeah.
tough ones here.
As long as I'd be alive by the end of it, I'd want to teleport to maybe one of the moons of Jupiter, like
Oh,
Europa, because it would just be
uh-huh.
mind blowing to be able to see something like that.
Uh-huh.
What is this?
That,
What
that's
does it look like?
that's that's probably the best answer I've heard so far. Okay, dream car. What's your dream car?
Ooh, dream car would be um, a, a Porsche Macan GTS, probably.
Ooh, what color?
They have this like kind of. I just saw there was one that drove by the other day when I was working out, and it's kind of this weird. It's not silver, but it's this lighter gray, and it's just a color I've
Uh-huh.
never seen on a car, and it kind of makes you look twice. Like, is that gray or is that white? So I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Okay. What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, favorite vegetable? I would definitely say this is so silly. Oh, tomatoes. Yeah. Well, no, that's a
Tomatoes.
fruit. I can't say that.
Yeah, right. Wait.
I would say cucumbers turned into pickles.
Cucumbers turn into pickles. All right. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word would be happy.
Happy. Thank you. I like that. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh gosh.
I'm telling you, I'm bringing you a tough one.
I know it. I would say I'll take it from my Strava profile. Wine, biotech, fitness.
If someone put 3 words and said wine, biotech, fitness, I would think of you right away for sure. I think that nails you right on the head. What is the last book you read?
Oh, it was actually this. It's called The Hangman's Daughter, and
Okay.
it's a historical based murder mystery essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little different than what I was anticipating, but it's based in 1465 Bavaria. So the cool part is they've done a lot of research on this, and you're able to understand what life was like back then beyond just the plot and
Yeah.
everything. So I thought that
Yeah.
was kind of cool.
Wow, neat. All right. And my favorite question, what is your favorite quote?
Favorite quote? I've been thinking about this a lot because we were texting the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I think right now it has been a time of introspection for both my wife and I. We're very
Mm-hmm.
thankful while a lot of horrible things are happening around the world. We have the support of the gym. We have the support of Genentech and things like that. And we have our health, knock on
Mm-hmm.
wood. So I would just say thank you or thankful would be my quote. One thing I do started doing about 2 or 3 years ago in my triathlons and my races is I just pick multiple times throughout each leg, there's 3 legs, and just say thank you. And I just imagine everyone that got me to that point. I imagine Kara, everyone else at the gym, my family obviously is big, Beth, my dog even, my grandparents that are passed away now, all those people
Mm-hmm.
that brought me to where I am in a fortunate life. So, and I've started doing that a lot on my runs and my bikes too, just kind of saying
Mm-hmm.
thank you to the universe for allowing me to have the health to do that right then.
Oh man, thank you for sharing that. I see, I feel that, man. Again, I love it. That's beautiful, Lord. Again, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you for having me. This
Oh
is really cool.
yeah,
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, man. We got to do it more, right? We don't have to record. We got to do it more for
Yeah,
sure.
we should some FaceTime Zoom time.
Yeah, right on. Hey, Club Genetech, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, check out all the cool stuff that we're doing for you guys. Leave a comment, maybe your favorite quote. Maybe leave a comment if you want to get interviewed. I'd love to interview you guys too. Come and catch up. and stay connected with us. Until then, Club G, please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay fit.
And I wanted to say one thing. Big thank you to all you guys at Club G. You guys have helped us out through all of this, and we really appreciate all of it. Thank you so much, Mariano.
Thank you, Ward. See you guys.
Cheers.